Hey everyone, Opus 1 here with a quick overview of patch 4.1, and I'll briefly be going over the changes that they've put in and where to unlock things. So, yeah, to begin with, let's go to Kagane, where we can unlock, firstly, the first 24-man raid of Stormblood, called the Royal City of Rabanastra, which can be unlocked via the quest Dramatis Personae, which can be found here. Completing this raid every week will give you a token which can be exchanged in Rhalgr's Reach to improve your creation gear. So that's your 330 gear, which can be upgraded to 340. Secondly, in Kugane, we've got the new Hildebrand quest. The quest name is Hingentale, Nashu Goes East, and it's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the Hildebrand questline. And then we've got Yoshi P over here, who will unlock Shinryu Extreme for you if you're interested. There's also a Stone Sea Sky for that, and it's gonna update your raid finder so that you can queue it. We've also got Shirogane Housing, which is now unlocked, as well as apartments. Just be aware that to buy housing and apartments you need to have a second lieutenant in your grand company, and you have to complete the main story quest Not Without Incident. Now moving over to Rhalgr's Reach, where we can find the main scenario quest, or the continuation of it. The quest is called Arenvald's Adventure. Can be found here, and this will also lead to the new dungeon in 4.11 called the Drowned City of Scala, and that will also be added to the Expert Roulette, so you should unlock that as soon as you can to get those tomes. Finally, in Rhalgr's Reach, we also have new custom delivery quests, so just like Zloe, Leopo, and Idleshire, we've got Monago here, and the quest for that is called None Forgotten, None Forsaken. Zloe will now give experience, and Monago will give different rewards here as well. A few changes in other areas, including the locks. You can now access the Royal Menagerie after you finish the Stormblood main story. For those that want to go back and take screenshots in there, it's a very nice area, so Square Enix have let you go back into it for that purpose. The Ruby Sea now has beast tribes in it, the Kojin, and the quest for unlocking that is called Heaven Sent, which can be found here. There is also a ferry service that you can unlock here, and the quest name for that is Tide Goes In, Imperials Go Out. So be sure to unlock those two things there if you're interested in doing that side of the story. Moving on, we've got new areas and items added to treasure maps for the Lost Canals of Uznir. So if you're a treasure hunter, you've got something to look forward to there. Grand Company changes, we've got Squadron Dungeons, as well as interface changes and glamours for squads that you can do. Squadron dungeons are unlocked by getting your squad to rank 2 and also doing the tutorial that they give in the game. As a note, you can control your squad members when you're doing the dungeons, so you've got full control over how you run that content yourself. Grand companies also have new items, the most impressive being the glamour prisms, which you can now buy with company seals, which a lot of people are going to be happy about. Finally, towards the end, we've got class changes, a lot of class changes in this patch. Square Enix did say that a while ago that they were working on balancing different jobs and making them feel more comfortable for everyone. They've got ninja quality of life changes, particularly to their animation lock. Dragoon potency changes, there's a lot there, I'm not going to go through all of them right now. Warrior changes for their abilities, such as Shake It Off. Shake It Off is now a really good ability to use for warriors. A small tiny machinist buff for hypercharge, which increases the potency from 5 to 6, I believe. There are some major changes being made to Summoner, which will change how it plays and how effective it is in a raid composition, as well as Scholar getting some buffs for their MP management and their utility. Caster role actions are being extended to both healer and casters, which also provides more utility for each job, and they also have reduced cooldown, so they can be used more often or in different situations and in different ways. There are also a myriad of PvP changes in there. I won't go through them in this video, but if you want more information on that, check the patch notes. And finally, you've got general quality of life changes, which I think is probably the most exciting part of this patch. They've included a lot of tiny little things that we've been wanting for a while, so I'll just go over them briefly. To begin with, ranged physical DPS now have an LB indicator, which is really useful. It used to bother me when I was playing Bard. but it's nice to have now. Demi Bahamut can now be changed in size, so you can change it to a tiny little Bahamut so it doesn't bother you in raid. Astro cards and status icons are back, so you can see what other Astros have and such, which I know a lot of people were asking for, because in double Astro compositions you couldn't see what the other Astro had in cards, and you couldn't really plan around it, which was really not good design. Crafting items that appeared from Heavensward Primals are now going to appear in chests. Following from that, marquee matter that was from doing Dun Sky every week. I think it was from every week. Well, they're now unlocked, so you can get as many of them as you want by just running Dun Sky. I don't know if that extends to the other raids, because I don't remember if they drop from there, but at least Dun Sky you can get more than one marquee matter. The Crystal Tower role requirements, so that was Labyrinth of the Ancients, they've been removed, so now it's, rather than needing 2 tanks per alliance, you only need 1. Should still be fairly doable with a good group. There was no real reason to have 2 tanks in there. Also now, 24 mans. You have 30 seconds before the gate locks for a boss, so a lot of people were complaining that, people would pull too early and people were wiping because not everybody was in the room. You've now got 30 seconds to do that, so that's more than enough time to get there. No complaining from anyone anymore. There's Echo being added to Lakshmi and Sasano, starting at 5%, going up to 25%, and also the normal versions of it, including the Royal Menagerie, will now get 10% to 50% Echo. A raid roulette for 24-man Alliance raids has been added. Omega normal mode is now farmable. New dies being added. There's a feature that lets you retrieve materia from the things that you've attached them to. So your gear, if you want to get that materia back, you can now take it off. And this can be unlocked after finishing the quest Forging Spirit, available in Central Thanalan. Beast Tribe currency and Venture tokens are now in their own specific window under the currency tab. So that's really useful for not clogging up your inventory with all that stuff. They've now also added a interface change for the desynthesizing. The skill level now shows so you know what you can and can't desynth. There are new gathering and crafting features and functions, such as new recipes, new search tools, and different nodes and things. There are a lot of new mounts, minions, emotes, bardings, and things that you can collect. Glamours can now be unlocked at level 15. There are new G-pose features as well. General UI changes to have your Chocobo and minion out, for example. There's a Chocobo timer. A lot of HUD features that you can move around things and stuff, like the debuffs and buffs. So now you can increase their size and make things easier to see if you want. The simplified gauges for each job. There are volume features and functions that you can use and control with macros. And then finally there are general improvements to the party finder. You can now organize for finding alliances or for PvP recruitment. And you can also make friends from other servers, which is really helpful to unify the community more for your data center. So you can send friend requests to people that you encounter on the same data center, and you can send them tells if they're on your friends list and stuff, which is really nice if you find some good people that you want to farm content with. Finally, the quick note about veteran rewards. They've greatly reduced the number of days that you need for the Squall costume and things like that. I think you need 330 days or something like that to get all the rewards. So that's a lot easier for newer players. There's also some sort of new feature. Don't know much about this, but it's in the veteran rewards section on the site, saying that you can spend your achievement points to get different items in the game. Don't know how that'll work yet, but you'll have to speak to Jonathan in Gridania. I believe he's the achievement dude that gives you all the stuff. So that about covers all the changes in 4.1. There are a few things, a few bits of new content, and a lot of quality of life things, as I said. It will be interesting to see how that affects the community and the game in general. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that this video has been useful in giving you insight into the 4.1 changes. And if you find this sort of thing helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be working on more stuff like this in the future. Until next time, this is Opus 1 signing off.